Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out another video. Today I just wanted to jump in and talk about a story regarding a recent Vinted order I made that just got completely messed up. To be fair to Vinted, it wasn't actually their fault. It was on the fault of Impost and something that the driver did at the locker. Let me go grab the games. We'll go through them, the ones that I received anyway, and I'll tell you all about the story, so please stay tuned. These 8 games I bought from a seller on Vinted. These were actually the second bundle I bought from her on the same day, because the original 5 games I bought for £4 were some really great games, some that I really wanted in the collection, so it was like I pulled the trigger on these really quickly because they were so cheap. Them games were Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, Madagascar, Ratatouille, and the platinum version of Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. I was probably just going to trade that in because I do have some platinum games, but I intend to replace them as I come across, the normal versions. But once I bought that, the woman who bought them off, really lovely lady, and this is in no way her fault, I just want to preface by saying that. She messaged me and said, "Oh, do you want to buy the other 8 or 9 games I've got for £5? I was like, yeah, right, go on then, there's some decent games still in there. Yeah, go on, I'll do it. But because I did it like that, it was 2 different bundles, so she sent them as 2 different bundles, which, is what she should have done. Sent them both out at the same time, both arrived at the same time, but I did get a message from Impost, because it was through the lockers, saying that the locker I'd chosen was full, so they were going to send it to a shop which was just over the road anyway. So I thought, oh, no big deal, I'll just go and get them when they come. So they come, go pick them up. One of them is very clearly a parcel with games in. The second is a parcel with clothing in. And now at this point, I'm very confused. I'm like, I didn't order clothes. So I'm trying to rationalise it in my head, and I'm like, maybe she sent all the games in the first package and then they sent me some random clothing just because she had to send a second parcel. So I open it up while I'm on the way home, and it's quite an expensive jacket, and I'm thinking, this isn't right, this doesn't make any sense. I think the brand was like Lemieux or something like that. It's kind of like a women's sportswear kind of thing. I was like, this is just weird. So I wait till I get home, take pictures of everything, send them to her and say, like, I think there's been a mix up, you might have sent me the wrong parcel. But then she messages back and says, I've never owned that, haven't sold that, that is not mine. So then I'm just immensely confused, and I'm just, obviously at some point, I'm guessing when the driver took the parcels out of the locker, he put the wrong label on the wrong parcel. So I ended up with a women's small sportswear jacket, which, as you can see, I'm not a small woman. And the first bundle of games, the good bundle of games that I initially bought, had gone to the person who bought this jacket. So I don't know, I'm guessing they would be quite annoyed because this jacket brand new is about £80. To sell it second hand, I could have put it up on Vinted for £30 and sold it. I just give it away to my sister-in-law, because it's more her style anyway. But yeah, so the bundle of games that I did get, we'll start with the trash first. Obviously I wouldn't have bought this, but because she just offered all of them as a bundle, I got junior board games. Snakes and ladders, Ludo, dominoes, a dice game, and battleships. Yeah, trash. I don't even have it displayed. It sits behind the PS2 games I've got displayed. This is a little bit more up my street, but again, it's not a very expensive PS2 game, and that is Thrillville. I do love Park Builders, and this is Frontier, who are still making Park Builders to this day. I don't remember playing this one. I remember playing Theme Park World. So maybe at some point, going through this and giving it a go. Might be something I actually enjoy, but I think it's like a pound or something at CX. We'll do this one, another bit of like a trash game. I think it's like meant to be a party game. That is Jumanji. Kind of similar in style to like the Mario parties and stuff, I think. Yeah, probably wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't in the bundle. This was like the era of really bad movie game tie-ins, so it's in the collection now. Next one, I mean, a bit of a classic, but still only a cheap game. Buster Block. I mean, everyone knows what Buster Block is at this point. You have the little platform at the bottom of the screen, and a ball bounces down. You bounce up and try and break all the blocks at the top of the screen. Yeah, it's in the collection now. Another one that's worth not a lot. Happy Feet. Yeah, don't remember playing this. I think when this come out, I was just a bit too old. Not too old, but I'd outgrown this style of movie when it had come out. So yeah, I missed a lot of the hype for that. I've since watched it with my own children, and it is actually a decent movie, but yeah, not so good of a game apparently. Next one I do remember playing. Not a very good game, but for some reason I have really fond memories of it, and that's Ants Extreme Racing. I remember playing this with my uncles, and getting absolutely destroyed in it because they're a couple years older. But yeah, fantastic game. At least in my memories, it's a fantastic game. We'll be playing it at some point soon just to see if it holds up. I'm guessing not. But yeah, that's a nostalgia pick for me, so I'm glad to have that one in the collection. Next one that I might not own forever, doesn't have a manual, but that is Ratchet and Clank 3. All the others, of course, because they're cheap games, have the manuals, whereas the more expensive one does not. Just my luck in it. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank 3, everyone knows Ratchet and Clank. Good one to have. I don't have 1 and 2. 1 I don't have because I own it on the PS4 anyway. And I said I might not own this forever because I do at some point want the HD collection for the PS3. And this is obviously in that. So there's no point me owning this one, and I've got the better version on the PS3. But for now, it's in the collection. And the last one that I was also happy to get, not a fantastic game, but it was decent fun. I remember playing this when I was a kid as well. That is Simpsons Skateboarding, complete with manual, all in nice condition. So, £5 for all them, whilst a lot of them are, trash, bargain bin games, I guess you could call them. These 3 essentially pay for the bundle on its own, so that's fine. Obviously, it would have been made better by having the main part of the bundle, but that's just the way it goes. To be fair, it's the first issue I've ever had with buying something on Vinted, and as you can see from this video alone, I buy a lot from Vinted. So to have the first issue and it's something I only paid £4 for, I can't really complain too much. It's just a shame because there were really cool games, and even Madagascar, which is one that isn't worth a lot, it's one I remember playing a lot as a kid. So that was a nostalgia pick, but it's one of them. It happens. The woman was really nice and cooperative, and we both got our refunds in the end. Obviously, it was only a refund of £4, but I didn't get the items I wanted. And then with the jacket I just gave that away to my sister-in-law. I got it for free, so it just felt wrong, kind of profiting on it. So, yeah. So now that story's been told, the situation's all done and resolved, let's cut to a montage of me putting away all the games I got in the last video, getting the game room sorted and all organised to get how it should be again, because I've had them games just sitting up on the shelf for the longest time, just waiting to make that video. So let's jump into it. Alright then guys, so that was a story about how Vinted or Inpost messed up my order. Let me know in the comments below, how would you have felt in this situation? How would you have acted? I mean, for me, luckily the seller was so willing to work with me on getting this resolved as quickly as possible. But Vinted did take about a week and a half to 2 weeks to finally get me my refund. But luckily it all worked out for the best. So I just wanted to say thank you again for coming back and checking out the channel, checking out another video. And if you are new here, thank you for clicking on my video, giving it a chance. I know the audio and the video hasn't been the best on previous videos. I've tried something new with this one, and I used to record on my phone on the selfie cam. For this one, I'm trying on the back camera and seeing if that's better, at least for the audio. I mean, for the video. The audio I can't really do a lot about until I buy a better mic, but I don't have the money at the moment to invest into making better videos. But as soon as I get a chance to, I will go ahead and do so, as long as it's something that I can uphold. But yeah, thank you very much for checking out the video. Hope to see you again soon. See you later.